Hello Tanya, we're here today to talk about the pros and cons of the Spotlight 9.
Hello, Nikita. Unfortunately, there are a lot of flaws to its country study site.
Before we are going to discuss the student's book itself, can you tell me about the importance of choosing a student's book for learning a foreign language?
Choosing the right textbook can make a big difference to the success of learning a foreign language. Here are at least two good reasons why it's important. Matching your goals and level. Goals. Student's book can be focused on different goals, such as exam preparation, business communication, speaking, or cultural studies. Level. Textbooks should correspond to a current level of language proficiency, so as not to be too complicated or too simple. Quality of materials. Content. The student's book must contain interesting and relevant materials that will motivate you to study. Explanations. Explanations of grammar and vocabulary should be clear, understandable, and easy to follow. Exercises. Exercises have to be varied to help you develop all language skills: speaking, listening, reading, and writing.
You can also add one particular reason, structure. It's made up from logical consistency. The material should be presented in a logical sequence from simple to complex. Visibility and overall distinctness. Using illustrations, tables, and diagrams can make learning a language more interesting and engaging. Extra materials. The textbook should contain additional materials such as audio and video recordings, exercise keys, and a glossary.
Students must remember that there is no universal educational material that would be perfect for everyone. The most important factor is that educational institutions, such as school, need to thoroughly choose a student's book that will help all students in achieving needed language learning goals.
We should also discuss why culture and country studies are so crucial for an effective language learning. The study of language is inextricably linked with the study of culture. Any language is not just a set of words and grammatical rules. It is a tool that people use to communicate, express their ideas and feelings, as well as to form their perception of the world. Culture is a combination of customs, traditions, values, and beliefs shared by people who speak a given language. It manifests itself in various aspects of life, such as art, music, literature, cuisine, etiquette, etc. Understanding the culture of the country of the language being studied is the key to effective language proficiency. Here are 5 reasons why. First, to avoid any misunderstandings. Knowledge of cultural standards and customs will help people to avoid making mistakes in communication that can be interpreted as rudeness or disrespect. Second, to understand the speech context of a certain level. Many expressions, idioms, and jokes have a cultural undertone that can only be understood by knowing the culture. Third, to expand the vocabulary. As a person studies culture, they will become familiar with new words and expressions that are used in various contexts. Fourth, to increase motivation. When a person is interested in learning the culture of the country of the language they are studying, it will be more interesting for them to learn the language itself. Fifth, to develop an appropriate level of intercultural competence. These culture and country studies help to develop needed communication skills with people from different cultural backgrounds, which are becoming increasingly important in today's globalizing world. Overall, language studying is a continuous process. The more you learn, the better you will understand the language and the people who speak it. Studying countries and their culture will not only help students to learn the language faster and better, but also make their journey into the world of foreign languages more exciting and much more informative.
Now, we are going to use the analysis of Spotlight for the 9th grade to make an honest review for this student's book's country studies component.
Here we have 4 diagrams that show percentage ratios to the specified essential parameters. We will evaluate aspects of the student's book on a 10-point scale. The first one shows the percentage ratio of the number of tasks with and without a country studies element, where the tasks with it make up the smaller parts, unfortunately.
Here we give the student's book 6 out of 10 points. This is a decent ratio, therefore evaluation is average.
The second one reveals the percentage ratio of tasks where the country studies element is associated with non-English speaking and English speaking countries, where the majority is made up of the latter. The third one reveals the percentage of the topics which is completely justified. All topics are expected to be used. Moreover, the student's book prioritizes history and interesting information over other topics, which is preferable for nearly any student's book.
It's a good diversity, but our assessment is only 7 out of 10 because of the small overall quantity of the tasks. The evaluation is satisfactory.
The fourth diagram shows the number of mentions per country. In our opinion, the number of mentions of Russia should be less significant in favor of other countries. Nonetheless, overall diversity of countries is acceptable.
We consider the fourth diagram a regular situation for nearly everyday regular school level education complex in Russia. This is definitely not bad, but it's banal from a university students, for sure. That is why our evaluation here is satisfactory.
Based on the aforementioned information, our aggregate evaluation for the Spotlight 9's country studies component is satisfactory. Our main reason for such evaluation is the fact that country studies component has to be acknowledged by both students and students' books creators as a whole part of the English language course, interconnecting many different smaller aspects of the school program. However, due to the general examination that all 9th graders participate in, we agreed that the creators of the student's book were right to refrain from adding more tasks that include country studies component.
We hope our information was useful for you. Thanks for your attention.